Okay. Let's see. Let's see what America has for us today.
What's up, everyone? So, my name is Jomar, and today we'll talk about the things that you should know before moving here in the US. Quick
Okay.
background about myself: I moved here in 2008, about
Oh, you're not from America.
13 years ago, and I would like to share those things that I wish I knew before coming up here. I truly believe that the first year or two of being here is crucial to achieving your goals and reaching your American dream.
American
Number
Dream.
one,
American Dream. Who's that? Martin Luther King. I think it's Martin Luther King. Said something about American Dream. In fact, what is American Dream? What is the dream of American?
learn how to drive. Unless you're moving to a big city like LA or New York City, chances are you're gonna need to get a driver's license. And if you're coming from countries where public transportation is more common, you're gonna find it more difficult here to navigate your way. Quick history lesson. So after World War II, countries like Germany and Japan focused their efforts on building their public transportation, while the US focused on investing more on their interstate highway system, or what they call it here, the freeways.
Oh,
From that point, driving has become a huge part of the American way of life.
is that part of the American Dream?
Another reason why you need to learn how to drive prior to coming here in the US is because driving lessons can get pretty expensive. They can range from about $45 to about $65 per lesson depending on where you're at. Another reason is people here are so busy. Everybody's focused on their own thing and they're grinding. So don't expect that your family and friends will have time to teach you how to drive. Bottom line, guys, make sure you know
Wait, everyone is so busy. Like, are you saying like parents are too busy to teach their children how to drive? Well, what are they doing? What are they busy with?
how to drive before you move here in the US.
Okay.
Tip number 2, understand how credit scores work.
No.
What exactly is a credit score? Credit score is a depiction of a person's credit worthiness. Or in other words, it tells a lender if a person has the ability to repay them back based off their credit history, repayment history, types of loans that they have, and their total debt. I'm sure there are multiple factors out there, but we're not going to go in depth in that regards. It is a big deal. For example, you are in the process of purchasing a car or applying for a car loan. Car dealers will run your credit score, and if they found out that you have a score of below 640, they will increase your interest rate by a significant amount. That is their
And that's, I think it applies in every country. Like if you're going to make a loan, or maybe you're going to purchase a car, particular example that has been made here, they're gonna check your credit score. I mean, that's how I think that's how they build. I mean, they check if they can trust you, if you will be able to pay back the money. And obviously, yeah, if you have a high credit score, well, you stand a chance of scoring a low interest rate if you're gonna lend money or if you're gonna buy a car. But if you have low credit score, well, they will charge you with a high interest rate. I think it applies everywhere around the world.
way of simply compensating for the risk they are taking for lending their money. Here's a quick reference how to determine your credit score strength.
Oh, 800 to 850 is excellent. 740 to 799 is very good. 670 is 739 good. Okay, that's good. Let me check mine. You know what? Maybe I don't want to check. Hey, not good.
Bottom line, guys, make sure you take care of your credit score. Be responsible, pay your bills
Okay,
on
coming to
time.
America. learn how to drive, and check your credit score.
and live within your
But
means. Having a great credit score will help you.
I was expecting something big. I mean, learn how to drive, check your credit score. Um, America, come on. I don't know. I was expecting something big. I don't know. Like safety or how safe it is. Like what I know is that America, they have different states, and which states should I go to? Which state is regarded to be safe, relatively safe, and which state is expensive, where the cost of living is high, and something like that. But now you're telling me about driving license and credit score. Okay,
You out in the long run.
interesting.
Tip number 3, be valuable. If you
See what I mean? What do you mean be valuable? Oh, okay. Um, I guess, yeah. Be valuable. Coming to America, be valuable.
have some time and you're just waiting for your paperwork to process before coming here to the US, use that time to either learn a skill or finish your degree.
No.
That way, it'll be a lot easier for you when it comes to looking for jobs.
How difficult is it to get a job in America as a foreigner, or as someone who's coming from a different country? Yeah, as a foreigner. Because the last time I checked, I can't remember when was it. I think America recorded I think it's this year where they recorded the lowest unemployment rate. I don't know, was it under Biden or Trump? I can't remember. But how difficult is it as a foreigner to get a job in America? Like, do they need certain skills, or do they check or your background, where you come from, and something like that? I'm curious. I wonder.
Be advised though that not all certificates or diplomas are accepted here. They may have to get evaluated first before it gets accepted.
Okay.
Some of the top high in demand jobs in the US right now are cloud computing, artificial intelligence, sales analysis, and translation.
Basically, IT, computer science, data science, or data science. I think this is another field that is taking the world, uh, that is taking over the world. Uh, I mean, if we look at where the future is heading, we are heading into a very scary future. Why am I saying so? Because, like, in the future, I think the world will be governed by artificial intelligence, and it is scary. Uh, I know back then, we used to think that the discovering aliens or creatures that are outside of this planet would be the most scariest thing. But I think that is not scary. I think the most scariest thing now is artificial intelligence taking over this world, because you end up not. I mean, I can go along. Let's just continue
If
with
you fall
America.
under any of those categories, then you are very high in demand in the US. Bottom line is, if you're good at something, then most likely you're not gonna have problems looking for a job here in the US. Tip number
Okay.
4, learn the English language well.
Learn English.
Guess what? No matter how skillful you are, if you can't communicate effectively,
But the other thing is that American English is different from British English. It's one thing I've noticed, because, like, down here in South Africa and other African continent, which were colonized by uh, Britain, their English is different from American English. It is funny though, um, because I don't know what happened. How did America discover their English? History tells me that North America was discovered by Christopher Columbus, but he was from Spain. Blah blah blah. How did America? How did English get into America? That's a very interesting question, because it has evolved ever since it went to America. American dream.
Then you're not going to be successful here in the US. Learning the language will increase your chances of making friends and make those meaningful connections. My biggest frustration when I first arrived here in the US was I couldn't get my point across accurately. That was enough motivation for me to learn it on my own and study it. Granted, English language can be very difficult, not even mentioning all of the slang words. Slangs are basic.
The slang in America, yo man, you know what I mean, man. Nah, I mean, yeah, man, what you up to? That's that's the thing that comes to my mind. I've watched Black American movies. Their slang is just intriguing. Nah, I mean, yo, hey, yo, what you up to over there? Hey, yo, man. And the way they speak is so fun. Holla, holla to my brothers in America there. Holla, man.
Basically those words that you will not find in a dictionary.
Okay.
Some of those examples are hot, cool, tight, dope, bomb, and so many other things. They can get very confusing. For example, the words cool and hot. Cool means literally having a fairly low temperature. But for some, they may use it for someone that has a state of calmness.
We do the same here. If you're cool, you're cool. I mean, you're calm, you're collected. And sometimes it depends on the context. Sometimes we may be referring to the environment or the conditions. Say you walk into the office and it's just cool. I mean, the temperature is cool. It's the same, well, the most part of the country, I believe.
On the other hand, hot. The word hot literally means having a very high temperature. But some may use that word for somebody that is really attractive. Bottom line is, guys, yes, English can be very difficult. But with enough motivation and time, you can learn anything.
True that.
Tip number 5. Learn the American culture.
The American culture. What is the American culture? I think it's very interesting. I would be very interesting to know its origin. Where did it originate from? Because I mean, Americans, what is their culture? It's very interesting. Okay, before I even try to answer the question myself, take
I
me to
believe that one of
American
the fastest
culture.
ways to understand the American culture is by understanding their holidays. There are plenty of holidays out there that is unique to the US. Thanksgiving, 4th of July, Veterans Day, Memorial Day, and there's so much more.
4th of July, Thanksgiving. I've heard of Thanksgiving. I think it comes somewhere in November, but just before Christmas. I think it's after Halloween. I hope I'm right, but yeah, I think is it after? Yeah, it's after Halloween. And what else do I know about Thanksgiving? They eat turkey, like huge drumstick.
Those were considered holidays because they represented a very important moment or an event for their citizens and leaders. Understanding their holidays may also give you some idea of the past. One of the main holidays they celebrate here is the Independence Day or 4th of July. This is where you see parades, fireworks, everybody's drinking, everybody's wearing red, white, and blue, which represents the American flag. Another big thing that is part of the American culture is sports.
Sports. Let me guess. American sports. Basketball. American football. What do you call that one? No. What do you call? It's not cricket. It's what do you call that one? You throw the ball and then the bat. Baseball. Yeah, baseball.
What's not to love about it? You can cheer for your team, you can be a part of something, wear the same uniform, drink beer, and relax. Some of the biggest ones are basketball, American football,
Yes.
hockey, boxing, UFC, golf, you name it, they have it here in the US. Another thing to understand is that Americans love big stuff. And let's start with food. When you go to a restaurant, don't be surprised that you're gonna see huge servings of food.
Oh, now we are talking. Now we are talking. Some proteins on the grill. Now we are talking America. You got me. You got me there, America.
Most likely
Proteins
you're
on the
gonna be
grill.
to-go bag or takeout bags
We call it
since
braai
you're not
over
gonna be
here.
able to finish it.
American food.
For some reason, food are just way cheaper here and they're more abundant. They also love having huge trucks and SUVs. It only makes sense because driving is a big part of the American way of life. Having your family, not even mentioning your dogs, traveling around the US would require a big enough space for them to fit. The American culture would not be completed without talking about their love for guns.
Oh gosh. Okay, yeah. Oh gosh. It literally slips off my mind when I thought of before I even watched the video, when I thought of American culture. Now that he mentioned it, yeah, I all I remember is the news that we normally hear, or that we normally see on the TV. It's not good. It's not good. I don't know. It just feels like it gives bad image about the US. You know, the mass shootings and everything that. I don't know why Americans love guns. I don't know why.
In my experience, I was able to purchase a gun on the same day.
Whoa! You didn't even waste the time on the first. Wait, what?
In my experience, I was able to purchase a gun on the same day.
Dude, you didn't even waste some time on the very same day you bought a gun. So Gigi, would you recommend someone who's coming from, I don't know, any other, I mean from any other country out there, coming to America, so you would recommend them to buy a gun, say like they're coming for a very long time? Is it a thing in America? Like if you're going to stay in America, you must own a gun. Because if that's the thing, it's worrying. It's literally worrying.
It only took us about 15 to 20 minutes to process the paperwork. Some use it as a hobby, some just like to collect, and some likes having that feeling of being able to protect themselves. Bottom line, guys, America is a very unique place, having so many different cultures melted into
Yeah.
one. You also have to think, America is large.
50 states, 14 territories. Okay, what do you mean by territories?
It has 50 states and about 14 territories.
50 states. Let me try to name them. What do you have? You have Washington, D.C., you have, gosh, Washington, D.C., Dallas, Texas. What is that called? There is other Texas beside Dallas, Texas. There is other Texas. I forgot. Yeah, Anyways, 50 of them.
Each of those states are subdivided into different regions: the West Coast, the East Coast, the Midwest, and the South. They're not gonna be all the same. That concludes the things that you should know before moving here in the US. If you find that video interesting, please hit the like button and subscribe. The biggest thing that helped me adapt to this new life was when I started accepting the fact that America is my new home. From that point, things became easier and I started embracing the American way of life. I truly believe that the US has so much to
You
offer.
can tell, bro, even have
There's a big reason why
more
they
people
call it the
over
land
there
of
for
opportunity.
basketball.
All of your struggles and hard work will pay off in the end. Never stop chasing the American dream. Thank you all for watching and see you guys later.
Everyone speaks of the American dream. What is it? What is the American dream? I have heard they call it the land of opportunity and everything that we could say about, but what is the American dream? Wow, I think that was good, but I feel like something is missing. I still want to learn more about America. What does it take for one to live in America? Okay, I've heard of a gun, own a gun. Gosh, okay, this is not funny, but imagine telling someone who's coming to America, say, "Hey, yo, where you? You coming from America? Okay, boy. We make sure on the first day we organize your gun." That would be the weird thing to say, and the crazy thing to hear. Okay, I learned about the sports, the basketball. They are so different. They have embraced different sports which worldwide they are not highly recognized. I mean, like your basketball, your baseball, he mentioned fews there, and he mentioned also get a license, be valuable. I think I highly support the valuable part, like where you need to